Episode of Ice Vikings.
Oh yeah, winter's got us in the crosshairs now. Underneath, it's just like flour and sugar. No traction.
I don't think we'll be coming back this way.
Oh, it's a big crack here now. Nothing there. Snow is not letting it freeze.
Okay, stop.
Okay, there's gas coming out. Maybe someone stole our fuel.
That pretty much sums up my winter season. That exact image right there.
Almost too freaking cold to be out here, eh?
This has got to be our coldest day this season yet.
You got to be a little crazy to do this. We got 2 months now to make hay, and we got to do it. Woo!
There's feet and feet and feet of snow, and minus 50 today.
It is worth it if you're catching fish.
Gotta get nets in to make paychecks.
That's the smell of money, baby.
There is a risk every time we go out. If you fell in, I don't think you have a hope in hell of getting out.
I can hear the ice cracking the whole way that I'm driving along right now.
Just offshore near Hecla,
Now, there's probably about 1.5 feet of ice right now, but still pretty scary.
this lake is one of the only places in North America to produce fresh fish for the consumer supply chain in winter. Today, Trevor Christensen is forced to use his truck on the ice because of some bad luck earlier this week.
It's been a pretty rough week for us so far. We finally had my narrow gauge bomb meter running. We took it out. It broke down. The belt went on the side-by-side, so we came out and fixed that. All in, I'm about 2 days behind, and I'm about $5,000 out of pocket. It's been a pretty week.
The big news today is that Matt Dahl, a crew member from last season, has come back. Matt fished with Trevor last season. He brings some much-needed mechanical know-how to the team. With the brutal cold and pressure to catch fish, Trevor is glad to have the extra help.
First net we got to today was frozen up.
It's still frozen down.
Yeah, keep going.
Spinning out. I'm just spinning.
It's just spinning in one
Let's
spot
roll the
now.
rest by hand. And on top of that, we got out here. We came and set as far away from everybody as we could. And next thing you know, we're surrounded by guys.
That's one crew or two crews?
I don't know. Yeah, there are the commercial guys.
Other fishermen have set nets way too close to Trevor. There are no written rules about how far apart nets should be, but it comes down to common courtesy. Thou shalt not set nets on top of mine.
Pretty stupid. The other guys are set not even net length away over there.
Probably not very experienced, or they just have a chip on their shoulder about us fishing here and they want to come and set us off. I don't know why somebody would do something like that. It's a big lake.
Pretty frozen up pretty good?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's right in
It's
the ice.
right tight.
Well, I can't pull it anymore with the truck unless I unhook from the lifting caboose.
Trevor shifts his attention back to the task at hand, getting out the frozen net. A net freezes when the cork line rests under the ice. When the ice gets thicker, the floats embed into it.
Okay, there, watch yourself.
Yeah, he's just gonna gun it. Back up.
All the guys got to watch themselves because as that line snaps, which is attached to leads, it'll rebound and slingshot back and it could really injure somebody or kill them.
What's the plan now?
Tie it up and try it again.
Frozen nets are never good because it can result in loss or damage to the net itself, but also the loss of the valuable catch it holds. This year, there's extra pressure because these $200 nets can't be replaced. Global supply chain issues have delayed shipments from overseas. There won't be any new nets available until spring.
We're setting in enough water, but that net started to float up with the white fish in it and the cork line started to freeze to the underside of the ice. It's not budging.
Slowly pull forward, just tighten it.
Where's Pete? He's good there?
Yeah, he's to the side. Give her the...
Did I bust anything free that time at least?
Broke it free, but then it got tight again and snapped.
So that truck, it doesn't matter. You could have a train out here. It's in the ice, you know, and it doesn't matter how much you pull on it. It's just going to keep snapping the line.
Son of a... This was a really good net.
It's funny, as soon as the fall season ends, it's just like I'm spending all this money. There's always a lot of pressure, but especially in November, December when you're waiting to catch fish.
Between frozen nets and the crews trying to squeeze them out, Trevor's thinking about his next move.
To set 50 feet away from somebody else doesn't make them look very smart. Whatever, they're going to get what they want, and that's going to be us leaving.
What a stupid week. I just want to get out of Hecla.
No! No! No!
Later that day, 90 kilometers south of Trevor's location,
No! How'd you coming?
Richard and Mike are dealing with the same issue, a net frozen solid into the ice. Richard tries to free the net by pulling it out with the bomber, but it's not helping.
You're not pulling nothing!
The backbone of commercial fishing on Lake Winnipeg in winter is the Bombardier B-12, designed and built in Quebec and affectionately known as the Bomber. In the early 1950s, Icelandic fishermen in Gimli began acquiring and converting bombers for the sole purpose of hauling fish home from frozen Lake Winnipeg. It takes a commercial fisher to truly appreciate the crude charm of this noisy Cold War relic.
Jesus. Oh. Still nothing.
Didn't even do anything.
What I'll do, I'll drill over here. I'll bring her right around.
Richard and Mike use their bomber auger to drill another hole to reach the frozen net.
She's good there, yeah.
Yeah, no, she's still stuck. No, solid.
Oh, jeez.
The bitter cold is making every job twice as tough.
What, one more and that's it?
It doesn't matter.
Give it one more over here.
They try a third hole.
It's all shelf ice.
Shelf ice is created when one layer of ice moves over another. It can double the thickness of the ice below, making it even harder to reach nets.
She's coming.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
At last, some of the net is free.
Okay, I guess we can cut her there someplace.
Right here?
Yeah, have a shorter net, that's all.
Cut her?
Yeah, she's gone. We got her, but what happened, I guess there was shelf ice underneath there, and she just added more to the ice, so it froze under in that one spot.
Low water levels are part of the problem. There's not enough room to suspend the nets between the ice and the lake bed.
Okay, what I'll do, I'll cut the end, and then we'll have to put some cross ties.
The slow going forces some of today's work to carry over to tomorrow.
Tomorrow we'll try to go out and get 10 down, then that should be enough. Oh my God, what a day.
So, Matt, how's it going? You're back this year.
Back in Hecla, Matt Dahl missed fishing so much he's recently left a cushy desk job to come back out on the ice.
Well, I got a different job and wouldn't be able to come back out here, but I realized that I'd prefer to be out here than sitting at a desk all day.
Trevor, Matt, and Pete are removing all of Trevor's nets from this location.
These fish picked up for you with the one out.
Yeah, I don't eat, sleep in this, man.
Matt and Pete have history.
There's a fuse outside this one.
It's not this fuse that blew?
No.
That would have been nice to know before I left.
Get the fuse out, put that on in.
Yeah, I know, but it'd be nice if I was told that it wasn't the fuse that I grabbed.
They pick up right where they left off last season.
Did you grab a nice tub, Pete? So I don't grab a tub, Pete?
Oh, Pete.
Hey, Pete, look at this beautiful one. Look at this. Look at not a crack.
In past seasons, Trevor has relied on Pete's experience to guide him along. Fighting amongst his crew is a distraction, and the last thing Trevor needs right now.
Hurry up, slowpoke.
I'll slow down, Pete. It's okay.
Yeah, look at him. He's falling behind.
Slow down for you. I have to speed up for you.
Got him out Pete style. Oh, these are Trevor's nets?
Ripping fish out of a net forcefully causes damage. The mesh will tear and leave gaping holes, actually catching fewer fish. With supply chain issues this year, there are no replacements available.
I don't want that in the truck. It's been tough. It's been a really tough week. It's just really making me rethink everything I'm going to do with this season. I don't think I'll have him back after today. It's a very simple job. I don't know why it's so hard. There's nothing to it.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, brakes are all turned off.
What? Who in the hell would do that?
The following day, at the Christensen Base Camp near the Narrows.
Why would someone do that? Unplug all 3 cords. I was just here on Saturday.
Chris, Joel, Devin, and Jordan have arrived to discover their equipment has been tampered with.
It's not tough enough. You gotta have somebody doing that.
Someone has messed with the power supply to the block heaters on their vehicles. Block heaters are crucial during Canadian winters. They warm the motors overnight, allowing them to start on bitterly cold mornings.
These old firecracker engines with carburetors on them,
They need to be plugged in when it's minus 40, and you got almost minus 40 this morning.
If they don't start, Chris can't fish, and he's literally paying his crew to do nothing.
Like, I was here just the other day, and it's a mystery.
Lucky for Chris, they start the bomber.
Oh yeah, winter's got us in the crosshairs now. Get on the lake and do some lifting. We're trying to catch up here. It feels like this whole week we've just been behind.
The plan is to take both bombers today and cover as much ground as possible.
Is it up?
Oh my God.
It's just like stopped all of a sudden. Like it's like it was just flooded.
Back at the Narrows.
I mean, this wasn't the problem bomb deer in the morning. The other one was.
3 kilometers from base camp, the blue bomber dies on Devon and Joel.
It's like it's flooded itself.
Chris is too far ahead to notice. Could this be sabotage related to recent thefts and disconnected power at the Christensen compound? It's minus 40 degrees Celsius, so the guys need to figure this out quickly.
Working perfectly, and then it stops. Bullshit.
Call George.